Good morning, my dear students. Now we are going to discuss in Unit 4 Semiconductors about drift and diffusion currents and Einstein relation. We already discussed about the drift current in intrinsic semiconductors. Okay. Similarly, there is a drift current in extrinsic semiconductors also. The major difference is here. We know that in intrinsic semiconductor N is equal to P, but here these are not equal. That's why J is equal to Jn plus Jp is equal to Ne mu Ne plus Pe mu Pe. Therefore, drift current density you can write J drift is equal to E Ne mu plus Pe mu Pe. But we know that J is equal to sigma E. Therefore, electrical conductivity of the extrinsic semiconductor sigma is equal to Ne mu N plus Pe mu P. This already we discussed about the electrical conductivity of the extrinsic semiconductors, because we already know that in extrinsic semiconductor the flow of current is due to both electrons and holes. Here this applied voltage will act as a external force for flow of the electrons and holes in one unidirectional. Okay, that's why it is called drift. Okay, additional force it will act as. But in case of diffusion, we can see we no need to apply the external biasing or voltage, but the flow of holes or electrons will be there in the semiconductor due to the non-uniform doping of the semiconductor. Usually, that means ideally we can say that p-type semiconductor or n-type semiconductor is doped uniformly. But practically, if you see that these are not uniformly doped, there are some non-uniformity. So due to that, wherever non-uniformity is there, if you take in case of n-type semiconductor, electrons will move from high concentration doping to the low concentration doping. Similarly, in p-type semiconductor also, holes will move from high concentration doping to the low concentration doping. Due to this, there is a induce of current in semiconductors due to flow of electrons and flow of holes due to the diffusion. The diffusion is nothing but the gradient of the concentrations either in n-type or p-type semiconductors. That we can indicate it as dN by dx in case of n-type semiconductor. That means the variation of carrier concentration with respect to the distance from the initial point. Similarly, in case of p-type semiconductor, we can write Jp is equal to minus E dp by dx, where P indicates carrier concentration, where dp by dx indicates the variation or gradient of the carrier concentration with respect to the x from the origin. So that the variation, the carrier concentration variation with respect to the distance will causes the diffusion current in both electrons and holes. That means in semiconductor we already know that the flow of current is due to both electrons and holes. So the total current due to diffusion we can write it as J is equal to Jn plus Jp. Here negative indicates the flow of current is in opposite direction. The diffusion current is in opposite direction. This we can define using the Fick's law. Understand? Therefore, J diffusion, the diffusion current density is equal to E dN by dx minus E dp by dx. So, in a semiconductor, the flow of current is due to both drift and diffusion will be there. The combination of these two gives the total current flowing in the semiconductor. Next we are moving to the Einstein relation. See, when an external electric field is applied, the diffusion current flows, because already these are random. Whenever you apply, this will be directed into unidirectional. Due to that, there is a interelastic field. It produces an internal electric field. Due to this field, there is a drift current flows balancing the diffusing current. That means whenever you apply the okay, external electric field or force, okay, this will be balanced by the diffusion. Therefore, the drift current induced in the semiconductor is equal to the diffusion current in the semiconductor. Therefore, Ne mu n E is equal to E dn by dx. Now, by rearranging this, you can get Ne is equal to E dn by mu n dn by dx. We already know that Ne capital E is the force. So, this is the force due to the applied electric field on the semiconductor, on the electrons in the semiconductor. Therefore, F is equal to Ne E dn mu n by dn by dx. But when comparing this charge carriers in semiconductor with the gas molecules at low temperature, the force corresponding to the pressure gradient, because it is indirectly related to the pressure gradient, so that F is equal to kT dn by dx. This is the gradient field. That means this is a gradient of the charge carrier concentration. It gives indirectly pressure on that, so that this pressure gradient you can define as F is equal to kT dn by dx. Okay, at equilibrium condition, these forces should be equal. Therefore, E dn mu n into dn by dx is equal to kT dn by dx. By cancelling these two, we can get dn by mu n is equal to kt by E. This is the equation 1. This is the first relation of Einstein relation. Similarly, you can derive the dp by bp is equal to kt by E. This is the second Einstein relation. These two, if you combine, you can get dn by mu n is equal to dp by bp is equal to kt by E. This is a constant value. That means the ratio of diffusion constant to the mobility of the charge carrier is always constant. Understand? This is called Einstein relation, and it is highly dependent on the temperature. Okay. So students, please take it the derivation of dp by bp is equal to kt as a assignment, okay, for your practice, and submit as well as possible through the WhatsApp group. Okay, get back to the next session. Thank you.